The story begins with a man in his late 30s whose life ends suddenly after a truck accident. As everything fades, he hears a strange voice, and in the next moment, he opens his eyes again. This time, he's a baby. He quickly realizes the impossible has happened. He's been reborn in another world. Over the next few months, he learns that his new parents are named Paul and Zenith, both still very young. Even though his body is that of an infant, his mind is still that of an adult, which makes everyday baby life feel awkward. Rudy grows much faster than a normal child. He understands conversations, remembers details, and observes his surroundings carefully. He starts learning about his new home, though his curiosity often gets him into trouble. When the maid Lilia complains about his strange behavior, Zenith laughs it off, saying, "He's just a baby." Motherly denial level expert. One day, Rudy watches Paul training with a sword. Suddenly, Rudy trips and bumps his head. Zenith panics, but then calmly uses a spell to heal him. Rudy is stunned. Magic? In his old life, the closest thing to magic was Wi-Fi. Now convinced this world runs on very different rules, Rudy becomes obsessed with learning magic. As he grows, he learns to walk, talk, and explore. While playing, he finds a small chest containing books. There are only a few, but to his disappointment, he can't read the language at first. So he secretly teaches himself. After another year, Rudy can read most of the words. His parents think he's just pretending, but in reality, he's already studying magic theory. One day, he tries casting a water spell. A small water ball forms, and instantly pops. Progress. He tries again, focusing harder, but pushes himself too far and collapses from exhaustion. From then on, Rudy practices daily, slowly increasing his magical energy. He also discovers he can cast spells without chanting, which makes him wonder why long spell speeches even exist. Magic with fewer words? Yes, please. One morning, while Paul trains outside, a splash of water suddenly hits him. Confused, he looks around, only to realize Rudy has mastered the water spell. Rudy celebrates quietly, feeling proud of himself. Feeling confident, he attempts an advanced spell. This time, the result is explosive. A massive water blast destroys part of the house. Paul rushes in, completely lost, while Zenith instantly understands what happened. Instead of panicking, she's amazed by Rudy's talent and suggests hiring a magic tutor. Soon, a home teacher arrives. Rudy expects an old wizard, but instead meets Roxy, a young mage. Roxy doubts she's supposed to teach a child, until Zenith explains that Rudy is anything but ordinary. Roxy starts with basic lessons, but quickly realizes Rudy already knows most of it. When she sees him use magic without chanting, she's completely shocked. Later, when Zenith notices damage around the house, Roxy worries she'll be blamed, but Rudy reassures her in his own awkward way. Somehow it works. That evening, Roxy is invited to dinner. Sitting with the family, she finally feels welcome. Rudy, watching everything, feels grateful for his second chance at life. Later, we see flashes of Rudy's past, a lonely life, constant bullying, fear of people, and regret. He wakes up from these memories, realizing he passed out from magical exhaustion. Half a year passes. Rudy studies magic theory every evening and trains daily. Roxy reveals she's from the demon race and explains the history of the world, including an ancient war and the dangerous reputation of certain demon clans. She warns Rudy to be cautious. Over time, Rudy masters advanced magic, though sword training with Paul doesn't go as well. Magic is clearly his strength. One day, he watches other children playing but stays away, afraid of people due to his past trauma. Roxy notices his sadness. Together, they look over the village landscape, and she tells him about the world beyond the mountains. She suggests that one day he should attend a magic academy. Rudy says he's happy learning from her, which makes Roxy smile, but also sad, knowing he'll surpass her someday. On Rudy's birthday, Paul gives him a wooden sword, hoping he grows up strong and kind. Zenith gives him a magic book, and Roxy gives him a wand to boost his power. Rudy treasures all of them. The next day is his final lesson. Rudy is terrified to leave the house. Roxy misunderstands at first, thinking he's scared of horses, and takes him outside with her. As they walk through the village, Rudy realizes something important. No one is staring at him. They're all greeting Roxy warmly. Slowly, his fear fades. For the first time, Rudy truly steps into the outside world, surrounded by nature, people, and possibility. And just like that, his new life finally begins. Rudy's final test with Roxy finally arrives. For this exam, Roxy decides to demonstrate sacred-level water magic, a spell so powerful that even she can only cast it once. Her goal is simple: show Rudy the peak of water magic and see how far he has come. As Roxy begins chanting, dark clouds gather overhead. Rain starts falling, and soon a violent storm forms above them. Thunder roars as the magic grows stronger, but suddenly, lightning strikes their horse, Caravaggio. Roxy instantly cancels the spell and heals the horse, apologizing repeatedly. Caravaggio survives, though probably hates storms forever. Now it's Rudy's turn. Roxy shields the horse, and Rudy raises his wand. As he casts the spell, another storm cloud forms, larger and more stable. While focusing, Rudy feels sad, knowing this test means saying goodbye to his teacher. Still, he pours everything he has into the magic and successfully completes the spell. Roxy is stunned. Rudy's spell is even stronger than hers. She proudly congratulates him and officially declares Rudy a sacred-level water mage. That evening, Paul and Zenith invite Roxy to stay with them, but she gently refuses. She wants to travel and continue studying magic. Though sad, Rudy's parents respect her choice. Before leaving, Roxy gives Rudy a necklace, telling him it's a lucky charm. After saying goodbye to the whole family, she leaves. Rudy runs after her one last time to thank her for everything she taught him. In the days that follow, Rudy finally asks his parents for permission to play outside. They're thrilled. This is the first time he's ever wanted to explore on his own. Paul reminds him to be kind to the neighbor kids, and Rudy heads out. While wandering near the forest, Rudy hears shouting. Some boys are bullying another child, calling him a demon. When one of them is about to throw a stone, Rudy steps in and scares them off using water magic. The bullies retreat shocked. The frightened child is trembling. Rudy gently helps him calm down and realizes he means no harm. After talking, Rudy learns the boy's name is Sylph. He's a half-elf and has been bullied because of his appearance. Rudy offers friendship, and Sylph is surprised. He's never had a friend before. The two spend the afternoon playing together. Sylph asks Rudy to teach him magic, and to Rudy's surprise, Sylph learns very quickly, especially wordless magic. That evening, Rudy returns home late. Paul is angry after hearing that Rudy fought with neighborhood kids and scolds him without listening. Rudy, hurt and frustrated, argues back. Paul loses his temper and strikes him. Later, Paul learns the truth, that Rudy was protecting someone being bullied. Realizing his mistake, he apologizes. It's their first serious family conflict, and both are shaken by it. That night, Paul worries about Rudy's power and whether he can guide his son properly. Months pass. Rudy continues sword training, though magic remains his true strength. Sylph grows stronger as well, mastering spells quickly. During this time, Rudy begins to realize Sylph is actually a girl, and his careless assumptions hurt her feelings. Rudy feels guilty. With advice from Paul, he learns how badly he handled things. Instead of making excuses, Rudy sincerely apologizes to Sylph for his behavior and admits he just wants to keep being friends. Sylph accepts his apology, and the two make up, laughing and playing together again. Rudy is relieved, and quietly happy to have his first real friend. Weeks later, the family receives big news: Zenith is pregnant. Everyone celebrates, until Lilia also reveals that she's expecting a child. Paul immediately confesses his mistake, and the household is thrown into emotional chaos. Zenith is heartbroken, but after much pain and discussion, she decides not to abandon Lilia. Rudy speaks up, saying Lilia is family to him. Moved by his words, Zenith allows Lilia to stay and help raise the children. Lilia is deeply grateful to Rudy for standing up for her. Though Paul feels ashamed, the family slowly begins to heal. A year later, new siblings are born, and despite his flaws, Paul tries his best to be a caring father to all of them. Rudy watches everything quietly, realizing that this life, unlike his last, is filled with chances to fix mistakes, protect others, and move forward. Soon after, both newborn girls begin crying at the same time. Their mothers rush in to calm them down, moving with practiced teamwork. Rudy watches quietly and decides that he wants to be the cool, dependable big brother, someone his siblings can rely on. As time passes, Rudy learns more about Lilia and discovers that she and Paul actually knew each other since childhood. This explains a lot, unfortunately. One day, Rudy is called for sword training. He knows his father has many flaws, but he can't deny one thing: Paul is incredibly strong. Rudy tries attacking him with magic, but Paul dodges every spell with ease, reading Rudy's movements like a book. Rudy loses badly and Paul laughs at him. Rudy fires back with teasing of his own. Their talk drifts to the future. Paul asks Rudy whether he wants to go to school someday. He warns him that noble schools are full of arrogant kids and boring rules. Rudy listens carefully, realizing that formal education might be important, especially since Sylph is learning faster every day. Later, Rudy notices Sylph looking sad. When he mentions school, she worries he might leave her. Rudy reassures her that he has no plans to abandon her. That night, he dreams about a peaceful future, hoping he won't repeat the mistakes of his past life. The next day, a letter arrives from Roxy. She writes that she has a new student who reminds her of Rudy, talented, troublesome, and difficult to control. She also suggests that Rudy should attend a magic academy someday to grow even stronger. Inspired, Rudy brings the idea to his father. He asks to attend the Renoa Magic Academy and even wants Sylph to go with him. Paul refuses at first. The family doesn't have enough money. Rudy suggests working to earn the fees himself. Surprisingly, Paul agrees to help him find a solution. Soon after, a beast woman named Ghislaine arrives. Zenith warmly greets her as an old adventuring friend. Ghislaine is powerful, intimidating, and very straightforward. After a short explanation, Rudy learns the truth. He's being sent away to work as a magic tutor for a noble family. Paul spars with Rudy one last time and easily defeats him, reminding Rudy how much stronger he still needs to become. Rudy later wakes up inside a moving carriage, confused, until he realizes Ghislaine is traveling with him. She hands him a letter from Paul, which includes an embarrassing story about how Paul once insulted Ghislaine. Rudy carefully reads it aloud and somehow manages to calm her down. Survival skill unlocked. Rudy learns that his new job is to teach magic to a noble girl. However, this also means he'll be separated from Sylph for a while. He's angry at his father's decision but knows this is necessary. They arrive in the city of Roa, where Rudy is shocked by the grand mansion and the many beastman servants. He's introduced to Philip, a noble who turns out to be Paul's cousin. Philip explains that Rudy's student, his daughter, is extremely difficult and has already driven away multiple tutors. Rudy soon meets Eris, and things go terribly wrong immediately. She insults him, hits him, and treats him like an annoyance. When Rudy talks back, she attacks him violently. He barely escapes using magic and realizes he's dealing with someone completely uncontrollable. That evening, Philip calmly asks Rudy if he wants to quit. Rudy refuses. He refuses to give his father the satisfaction of saying, "I told you so." Knowing he can't overpower Eris directly, Rudy comes up with another plan: make her interested in magic. That night, Rudy and Eris are suddenly kidnapped. Rudy initially thinks it's staged, meant to scare Eris into learning magic. But when things turn brutal and Eris is seriously hurt, Rudy realizes the truth: they're in real danger. Rudy heals Eris using magic and protects her by sealing doors and blocking paths. Even when he could easily defeat the attackers, he holds back. Not at the very last moment, the enemy's attack is stopped. A sword flies toward Rudy, but before it can reach him, Ghislaine appears out of nowhere and smashes it aside. In the next instant, she launches her counterattack. The criminals don't stand a chance. With overwhelming speed and strength, she defeats them all in seconds. Afterward, Ghislaine grabs one of Philip's servants. Back at the manor, Ghislaine immediately points out that this servant was behind everything. Philip gives a short, cold order, and the matter is settled. Meanwhile, Eris is shaken by what happened. The incident leaves her angry and scared. Rudy understands that his original plan has completely failed. Feeling defeated, he decides he should return home to his parents. But Eris stops him. She allows Rudy to call her by her first name and asks him to stay. It's a small gesture, but it means a lot. Rudy agrees, relieved and quietly happy. The next day, Philip praises Rudy for protecting Eris. Rudy also learns that he himself holds noble status, which surprises him. Later, Hilda appears and introduces herself. Rudy greets her politely, though his wandering eyes almost get him into trouble. Some habits are hard to break. Soon after, Sorrows, Eris's grandfather, arrives. He's impressed by Rudy's manners and immediately notices that Rudy is very different from Paul. When Sorrows asks about the incident, Rudy humbly gives credit to Ghislaine instead. This somehow leads to Philip being scolded by his father instead. Rudy then realizes why Eris is so strong. Her grandfather is just as terrifying. Eris is called in and, following her grandfather's instructions, awkwardly asks Rudy for magic lessons. Though confused, Rudy accepts. Sorrows watches proudly, clearly pleased with his granddaughter's effort. From then on, Rudy officially becomes Eris's tutor.